If you're interested in starting a yoga practice at home, like I encourage everyone to do, the first thing to do would be to start practicing yoga every day, just a little bit. And it starts with a seated position. This is the position we take for seated meditation, and this is called easy pose or Sukhasana. And it's just a simple upright position, and this is where it starts. You can bring one ankle in to the groin and the other. It doesn't matter which foot is in front, whatever's comfortable for you. And if your hips are not as flexible or open yet, you can take a block. You can use a block, or you can roll towels up or blankets, or use some pillows and use those to prop your knees up so that you can manage the pose more easily, depending. And as you practice and as you get more and more flexible and open, you will find that your joints open up with continued practice. So this is it. You sit up, right? You can roll the shoulders up and back, and there's no need to crank the body and force it. Yoga is never about forcing the body into any particular shape or form or posture. Rather, it's about being in your body and meeting your body where it is and never forcing it. In fact, one of my teachers, he used to say, always do about 90% and then dial back from there even. So never go, in other words, never go all the way, because that's how injury happens, or strain at the very least. And we don't want that. So the idea here, especially in a pose like this, a seated meditative pose, the idea here is to find ease in the body and to engage the muscles in a conscious way and connect with the breath while we're doing so, but also, again, to allow the body to be as it is. So as we sit in this position, you can roll the shoulders up and back, find openness in the chest. This is a great pose to practice your posture in and elongate your body, elongate the spine, which is very good for the posture. So repeated practice of just this pose, just easy pose alone. If you practice this one posture each and every day for a few minutes, you will have improved posture. And that leads to improved confidence, the way you carry yourself. It's all interconnected. So yoga has many benefits. And if you didn't know, around the age of 25, the synovial fluid in between the joints and in between the vertebrae starts to dry up. So if you don't do practices such as yoga, you don't remain supple. Yoga is such a great activity and exercise for optimal aging and aging really well and keeping a youthful, supple body, because it's not just about strength, but also mobility, flexibility, and stability. And yoga provides all of these benefits. So I've been practicing yoga for over 20 years, and I feel more solid each and every day with my practice, because it has enabled me to keep a strong, supple, flexible body. And hopefully, with continued practice until my last breath, I will remain as supple and mobile as I possibly can. And that's what we want as we age, especially. But even just in everyday life, that's what we want. So if you're sitting here in this easy pose, you will find that the longer you sit here, the hips will begin to open up and you will cultivate that space. And that's what yoga is all about, actually, is taking each of these postures, and as we breathe and maintain these postures, it creates space in the body. And creating that space in the body is what creates that mental capacity to be more open and compassionate and gentle and soft. That's what you will find as you continue your practice. And if you just start with a simple seated posture, just starting with a simple seated posture and awareness of the breath as you sit in this posture, just doing that one action. If you do that each and every day, your world will begin to open up and you will start to feel the benefits, and then you'll want to do more and more. And that's how you keep coming back to your practice and coming back to your breath. And that's what my message is all about. So for now, just stay here in easy pose, and you can keep the facial muscles relaxed and keep the muscles of the body in a consciously relaxed state. We want to be elongated always, but never forced again. So we find the elongation in the body with that conscious awareness of engaging the muscles while also keeping that balance so as not to be forceful or rigid in our practice. And of course, during this whole thing, if I weren't speaking, I would be breathing deeply through my nose, always through the nose, breathing in through the nostrils, retaining the breath slightly, and exhaling gently through the nostrils. So I will leave you to your practice, and hopefully you stay here and linger for a while, at least a few minutes by yourself, and spend that time with yourself and your breath, and give that space and stillness to yourself. It's a wonderful gift to give yourself every day, and a personal investment that's well worth it and will pay back in dividends. Always remember too that the day your practice begins is the day your progress begins. So don't delay, don't postpone it. Start now, start today, and be with your breath always. Good luck.